My name is Attorney Judith Delus, and today is June 11th, 2014, and we'll be talking about child support today. Just briefly, a couple of pointers that I want to make. I've been speaking with past and present clients, and I feel that this is an important topic to touch upon. And so there are a couple of things that I want to address. And the first one is, in the state of Georgia, up until 2007, the courts went by the gross income of both parents. And then they would look at the non-custodial parents' gross income, and they would take out between 17 and 20% of their income, and that would go towards the maintenance of the minor child. That has since changed. In 2007, they came up with what's called as child support worksheets or child support worksheet guidelines. And so in this sense, what they do is they input both parents' gross income, and then they determine what percentage each parent is responsible for as it relates to the minor child and their maintenance. And so obviously the courts are always looking at what is the best interest of the child. And so at the same time, they're not looking to break the parents either. And so let me give you an example. If the parent's gross income totals $10,000 and the mother makes $6,000 and dad makes $4,000, then mom would be responsible for 60% of the maintenance and dad would be responsible for 40% of the maintenance. Now, in the state of Georgia, the guidelines do allow for deviations. Rarely. If they do, they'll take into consideration the income of the parents. If they have other minor children that they're caring for, the courts will take those things into consideration. But for the most part, the courts really do not allow for deviation. I like to impart on parents the importance of keeping up with your child support payments if you are the non-custodial parent, because frankly, the children need to be cared for. Regardless of what your situation is, the children always have to be cared for, and their maintenance is priority. And so if you, for some reason, lose your income, your source of income, or you lose your job and you're unable to pay child support, the thing that you need to do is immediately contact Child Support Services or file a motion for modification of child support with the courts. Immediately put the courts on notice that you are not purposely not paying child support, but you are unable to pay child support, or you're unable to pay the amount that is ordered to pay. Maybe you can pay less. Also, let the other custodial parent know that you are going through some difficulties and that you're asking them to maybe take a little bit less. Don't file a motion for contempt against you, because what a motion for contempt will usually do is that it opens the door for you to be taken to jail. And as someone who is in search for a job or trying to get back on their feet, being in jail is not going to assist you. So it's important that you reach out to that parent and let them know what's going on. In addition to that, keep a record of all payments that you're making, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. My thing is, I tell people, if you can have it taken out of your payroll check, just go ahead and have it taken out before you even get paid every 2 weeks. Or if you're paying it directly to the custodial parent, that you write them a check or provide them with a money order. That way you can keep record of all the payments that you're making, because you never want to get to a point where you get in court and you're unable to show that you have been making those payments. In addition to that, if the other parent claims that they have not received any child support payments from you, that is your protection to show that, Your Honor, here are my pay stubs, or here are my check stubs to show that indeed I have been making the monthly payments as I am required to do. In addition to that, if you pay child support, and even if the child has your last name in the state of Georgia, it's required that you legitimate the child. And that is something that I discussed in a previous video. So please check below for a previous video as it relates to legitimation so that you can understand what that means. But in the state of Georgia, you're not married to mom, if you were never married to mom when the child was born, then you do not have any parental rights as it relates to the child. Even though you pay child support every week, and even though your name is on the birth certificate, even if the child has your last name, you still may find yourself in a situation where you just don't have any rights as it relates to your child. So please be sure that you have legitimized that child. Please be sure that you keep up with your child support payments. And please be sure that you reach out to an attorney or to the courts should you fall behind in paying child support. There's a lot more that goes into child support laws, but I just wanted to touch on a few brief topics just to show, especially fathers, how important it is to make sure that you're involved and that you're paying child support and that you're caring for the maintenance of the minor child. Obviously, if you have any questions, you are always free to call my office at 678-653-1121. That number again is 678-653-1121. We will be glad to assist you here in whatever way we can. Thank you for tuning in.